G'day, Stephen Carey from OffTheGridNoz.com again. This is a summation on the first 6-minute video I made on this topic of homes for Victorians, affordable access and choice, from our mates at vicgov.au. Now, I'm calm now. No, I'm fucking not. I'm not calm. In summation, my attitude in the prior video was perhaps a little bit harsh, but very accurate. I would like to actually conclude that video with, is this the answer? Is that picture on screen, is that the answer to our housing crisis? This is on the VicGov site. I put that to you. Is that the answer? Anything that even looks like that? Or, if you're on OffTheGridNoz.com, are you not here to find a different way? In my first video I explained how I think, or how I believe, that perhaps land should be dealt with. In summation, I'd like to say that that option or that alternative that the government puts up may have financial plans and bits and bobs to make people get involved with deals that they still can't afford, and tie them into long-term plans that will only line the pockets of a lot of people that really don't give a shit. Or should this VicGov, or these VicGov people, be actually doing what perhaps myself and Kerry do, which is encourage, and this is the point of the first video. My summation is, I'm only asking people who live in the burbs that are stuck, they are financially constrained, can't get into the housing market, don't like the system, don't like the dependence, would like to go off the grid. I'm just suggesting that people actually do what myself and Kerry and many others are doing. It is no more complex than that. It's not like I'm asking people or suggesting that people should be translocated to the fucking moon's surface and fucking made crawl around the zero atmosphere and fucking fend for themselves, alright? This is just suggesting that perhaps our leaders should look at regional centres, all the land we have, place the money and the funds that we have available to help people in need, to help people with housing shortages, and especially people who are perhaps looking at alternative lifestyles, onto pieces of land. And I'll give one last example. I'm going to hang this up. That bullshit, that abomination, that heap of shit there that I really don't understand, that I've hated for 40 years, that doesn't change. That abomination there will cost like $300,000 per couple, per family, to deal with their problem. Myself and Kerry and all you guys that are already off grid, you know full well, if you could remove the cost of the land, that our government could spend a fraction, a small fraction of those sorts of funds, and put families back into rural Victoria, pay them their benefits or their whatever the hell they're on, because I'm assuming they're, you know, suffering a bit and perhaps are at the mercy of the system. But those same people can be relocated to country towns, and guess what those country towns get? They get the injection of people who bring the small amount of funds they've got, and the government who has subsidised and given away the land to set these people up to help them help themselves and create sustainable lifestyles, or at least partially sustainable lifestyles, with solar power, off-grid, no reliance. Those towns would get the injection of funds which would actually make the towns come back to life. It's not fucking rocket science. Anyone wants to argue with me, like I said, feel free. Come the bounce any way you want. Tell me you need to live in Chadstone because your sister's there, like I said. You can run any amount of shit past me you like. I just believe that this housing problem, it can be solved very easily. It can be solved a lot cheaper or a lot less costly to the community. It can enhance the regional areas and the country areas of this country that are vast. And it can be done very simply. Simply meaning people like you that may be watching this that want to go off grid should just have to apply We all have to apply. You need to apply perhaps, get your patch of ground, take the subsidies on offer, have the government spend 150 grand on you on infrastructure and bits and pieces that you have to put input into to get together. And I think the whole place would be a whole better place for everyone to live in, and we would not have anyone living on the streets. This bullshit about somehow enabling everyone to live in an urban confined setting dependent on all of the systems and the costs that go along with that is absolutely fucking bullshit. And I'm going to leave it at that because see how calm I am? Thanks for watching. Don't bother fucking subscribing. We could give a fuck, alright? This is information to try and make people stand up. Maybe put the suggestion out to your local shire, your local member, whatever. I mean, I don't know what it would take to turn this around. I don't claim to have the answers to turn this around, but that shit there is absolute fucking twallop, alright? It's twallop. Can't put my finger down my throat. I can't swear enough. That is absolutely disgusting. That is disgusting shit. There is an answer. It has a lot to do with off the grid, has a lot to do with alternative lifestyles, it has a lot to do with people helping themselves. And I believe we have the space. We can spend less money, improve towns and country regions that have gone to shit in the last 10 years, and we can make this whole country a better place. And maybe put a bit more diversity into things like building. Allow a more diverse set of buildings in regional areas. Maybe allow a bit more diverse living styles in country regions and make this whole fucking country a far better, far more pleasant, and probably a bit more bloody interesting than that piece of shit on screen. Cheers from Steve, cheers from Gary. I'll leave it at that, and we will probably catch you on the next one if you haven't unsubscribed. And if you have unsubscribed, good luck, kumbaya. Fucking don't want to talk to you again. See you guys.